Assalamu alaikum Bliifians. I'm Asma and you're watching Bliifee, where I share Muslim life hacks from my life and experiences as a Muslim in Australia. And in this video, we will be looking at Muslimah period hacks. So at a time when you can't pray, you don't do wudu consistently, and you're not, and for some of us, also missing out on the Quran, what do we actually do? What can we do to make it more productive? And what are some acts that we can do in this period of time? So let's get right into it. Now, the first thing that I'm going to tell you guys is, or girls, is that a lot of people tell us to substitute our time for more dhikr and more non-salah activities and like other activities that we can do instead. But what I'm going to tell you is rest. That is a time that we are supposed to rest. Allah has allowed us to skip our prayers. So let's use that to our advantage and take some rest, especially in the first few days of your periods when it's the most heaviest, the most painful, and the hardest of any other day of the week that you have a period. In fact, that's literally what our menstrual cycles looks like. So when we're going through our ovulation phase, we have a bit more energy, we're more energetic, we can do a lot of work. And then comes the luteal phase where our energy starts tanking. We start getting prepared for our periods. So we're a bit tired at that time. And then come your periods where you're actually losing a lot of energy, a lot of blood is going out of you, and just cut yourself some slack at that time and relax. Nothing has to be done at that time. Your work, everything that you spend a lot of energy on, just let's let it lie low. Let's let it be a little bit low key for that time. And then when you start getting your energy back after the follicular phase that happens after your periods, then you can start getting back into action. But until then, just relax a bit. Just take at least 2 to 3 days off minimum, and then we can come back up. So take rest when you need it. If you need it, rest, sleep. It's okay to sleep during Fajr time. At that time, you're allowed to, like you're literally allowed to. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty for doing that. Don't let anybody guilt trip you into becoming the most productive version of yourself, because that's not what we are made for. We are women. We are not meant to be doing hustling and grinding like 24/7 like men. Men can do that. Men have a cycle of 24 hours. So in the morning, they wake up fresh, and then throughout the day, they become tired. That is what happens to us as well. But we also have to consider our hormonal levels that keep fluctuating throughout the month. Okay. So rest, very important. And rest can be ibadah. So I said in the beginning, I mentioned to you in the beginning, what are some activities that we can do that count as ibadah? And this number one point of rest is also ibadah. The Prophet ﷺ said that our body has a right over us as well. So what that means is it is our responsibility to treat our body as an amanah from Allah, which it literally is. It is an amanah from Allah. Allah has given us this body to look after. It is a body that is temporary for it's a home for our soul while we're here on earth. So it's our duty to take care of it, look after it, give it the most healthiest, make healthy choices for it. So rest is important at that time. So choose rest at that time and make the intention to do it for the sake of Allah. Make the intention to follow it from the angle of the hadith that we just looked at. And inshallah, that way, your first few days when you're actually resting, sleeping through your prayers and taking your much needed rest, you're even getting rewarded for that, inshallah. Before we move on to the next point, give this video a thumbs up and let's go. The second thing that we can do during our periods is to still keep in touch with Allah through other things such as adhkar. Make sure you do your morning and evening adhkar regularly, because no matter what, you still need that protection from Allah, even more on your period, because that is a time when you're very vulnerable to many things. So make sure you got your morning and evening adhkar done on time. Recite the du'as that protect you, and make sure you recite the Ayat al-Kursi, Surah al-Fatiha, and the 3 Qul surahs. Now, I understand that there is a difference of opinion on whether you can actually recite the Quran during your period or not, but there is also an opinion which says that reciting it for dhikr and protection regularly is allowed. So obviously, follow what you follow, but in any form, making du'as can still be done, whether it's from the Quran or out of the Quran, inshallah. And the great thing here is that you don't even need to do anything special for this. You can do dhikr like literally at any point of time, no matter what you're doing. If you're driving, you can recite. If you're cooking, you can recite salawat in the Prophet ﷺ. You can even play something in the background and recite along with it. You can also do it while walking, while doing your work or anything. Like the dhikr can be done at any point of time. It can be tasbih. You can do literally anything. Any kind of dhikr is okay, but it is still rewarding and it is allowed during your periods. So that is the second thing that is a rewarding act that you can do during your period, inshallah. Point number 3 is choose what you indulge in very wisely. So I know it is a period of time where you feel like you want to do a lot of other things. And it is very, very easy to get distracted into things that we should not be doing. So, for example, listening to music. You are very vulnerable. Like I said, it's easy to fall into the trap of going into things that you shouldn't be doing. So, try to stay away from that and try to use other things that can fill in your time instead. So, number 1 is avoiding those things is also a form of ibadah, and filling in other things in that gap is also a form of ibadah. So, things that you can do instead is listening to lectures, joining some Islamic workshops, or attending some Islamic events. Maybe you can also listen to tafsir. All of this can be done at any point of the day. You can do it while you're multitasking. You can do it while you're cleaning. You can do it while you're driving. You can do it while you're literally just sitting down or resting even. Like all of these things, you can even listen to the stories of the prophets. You can listen to the stories of Sahaba, or you can even listen to Quran stories. You can listen to Quran tafsirs. There's so many interesting things that you can listen to, podcasts and everything. What matters the most is your intention. So this point was all about avoiding things that you should not be doing on a regular day, let alone on a day when you have your period. Because like the only reason I'm mentioning this is because it's so easy to fall into the trap of doing what you're not supposed to be doing. And also the next thing is obviously there's a gap in there. So you need to fill in that gap with something that is more productive and more rewarding and is counted as ibadah directly, inshallah. Point number 4 is my favorite. So this is about using your time wisely. So when you are not on your period, you have a lot of things that you do in your day, and usually those tasks are scheduled around your salah. So you wake up, you pray your fajr, when you go to work or you go to school, and then you've got dhuhr, and then you come back home, you've got asr, you've got maghrib before your dinner, and then you've got isha before you sleep, right? So I don't want you to see these as interruptions, but what I'm trying to say is usually your day is scheduled around your salah. But on the days of your period, you can actually use this to your advantage and schedule activities that need long focus periods, long time, and you don't have to worry about your prayers at that time at all. So things like long periods of studying. So you could be going to your library and sitting there for the whole day while obviously taking study breaks, but you don't really have to worry about your salah at that time. You just have to study, take a break, maybe have your lunch or something in between. Same goes for any project that you have to do. You could even go shopping and you don't have to worry about your salah at that time. So try to schedule in your tasks that require extra long periods of time where you don't have to really worry about your prayers. And that way you can get that task done as well as make most of your time when you have your time off salah. So again, while you are being very productive, keep in mind if you need the rest, just take it. But also, if you want to be productive, then this is the time to do it as well. The next point is also one of my favorite, and this is to use this time to wash your prayer clothes, your prayer scarf, your prayer mats, or just cleaning up your prayer area. Usually we are in this routine where, 5 times a day you're using your prayer clothes, you're using your prayer mats, and it's just, it's inconvenient to, obviously if you do it, great. But if it's not a habit, it's hard to bring in that habit of washing your prayer clothes. And some of us just have one set of prayer clothes. So I completely understand. But what you can do during this time of periods is you can use this time to wash your prayer clothes and make it fresh, clean, ready for you to come back when you're off your break, and ready for you to use it when you go back to praying, inshallah. So you have a fresh start, you have a nice clean set of prayer clothes to use, and feels like it is a fresh start, and it actually feels like a fresh start. You're not going back to clothes that have been sitting there for 1 week after being used for 3 to 4 weeks before that. So use this time productively, get that prayer clothes set washed, get that prayer mat washed as well, or cleaned, up to you, inshallah. Point number 6 is to be present for other people's worship. So this can be very useful during Ramadan as well. So even though you are not actually doing ibadah directly, like prayer, Quran, for some of us, and also wudu and stuff. Wudu, you can still do it. Obviously, it doesn't count, but it still helps you keep in the routine of having wudu. So that's up to you if you want to do it and if it helps you. But what this point is about is helping other people practice their ibadah. So you could wake up other people for Fajr, you can remind others to pray on time, you can read stories of Quran with them. So, and you can listen to somebody who's reciting the Quran. And if your periods are during Ramadan, you can definitely help during, and any other things that you can do, little bits and pieces here and there to make someone's ibadah easier for them. So that way, again, you helping someone else's ibadah is also ibadah as well. So that is another hack for your period time, inshallah. Another hack is to make dua as much as you can. You can still use this time to make dua to Allah. So, for example, if you usually wake up for tahajjud and when you're on your period, obviously you want to rest, but your body clock still probably wakes you up at tahajjud time. What you can do at this time is still make a dua to Allah, still ask Allah for your wishes. You don't necessarily have to get up and do wudu or anything. You can even just sit up in your bed or even just lying down. You can just talk to Allah and tell Him what your deepest troubles are at that time or what your deepest wishes are, so that you're still in the flow of things. You're still asking for dua. You're still doing ibadah. Dua is ibadah in itself as well, inshallah. So that is another hack that you can do. And literally at any point of the day, it doesn't have to be only during tahajjud. It can be, you can even schedule your prayer times to be dua times in this time. So at Fajr time, if you want to be awake at that time, you can still do dua. You can keep up with your dhikr routine as well, so that you're not completely off track, but you're still like resting as well as maintaining the flow and getting the rewards that you can, inshallah. Hack number 8 is skincare. So during our normal days, we have to do wudu like 5 times a day. And even if you're not doing it 5 times a day, you're at least doing it twice or thrice a day, depending on which season you're in right now. So if it's winter, it makes sense for you to do wudu during Fajr and maybe having the same wudu for, or even Isha. So like, I completely understand. I'm not going to judge you on that. Obviously, best to do wudu every single time you have to pray. Best to stay in wudu all the time, right? But what I'm trying to say is because of this, our skincare usually is affected by the water that we use in wudu. So what you can do during this period time is to use this time to your advantage again and get your skincare routine done. So it is a time, I know, when a lot of acne comes. It is a time when a lot of pimples pop up for some of us because of hormonal changes. So great time to do skincare, I believe. That's what I do. Even if it's just a moisturizer, like just having it on and not having to put it on constantly for it to do its work, to seep into your skin properly because you're not doing wudu constantly. That is a great hack in itself. Like, use this time to do your skincare. And again, because and if you do it with the intention of taking care of your body, it counts as worship as well, inshallah. This is point number 9. And this is a great time for you to do makeup. So if you are going to attend a girls only party or a party where women and men are segregated, feel free to go all out on your makeup, like every time, whether you're on your period or not. But the point about doing it during your period is, again, you don't have to worry about your salah. So you don't have to worry about maintaining your wudu. You don't have to worry about taking it off on time, making your wudu again for your next salah. Like, you can just keep it on and be like perfect, like glam during that whole like event without having to worry about your wudu or your salah or anything like that. Obviously, maintain your hijab. Obviously, maintain the segregation. But what I'm trying to say is, like, make the best use of this time that you have. Allah has given you permission to skip your salah. So do whatever you can in this time that you are allowed to do. Like, take rest, sleep, have your makeup on, do your skincare, wash your prayer clothes. There's so many more things that you can do that are not you praying or reading Quran and are still counted as forms of ibadah. Like, Allah has made it so much easier for us as girls. A lot of people have this misconception that Allah makes it hard for us girls. But in fact, there's so much hikmah in the things that He has created in His rules and regulations in this earth, especially for women. There's so many things that I'm learning, and subhanallah, periods is one of those things. So a lot of men think that, oh, women get a lot of rest during their period, and they're so lucky to have a break of 1 week every month. But the fact is that it's not. Like, it's the time when we need rest. So Allah has given us permission to do that. And at the same time, it is not easy for a man to take a break and then come back again to routine of praying salah on time. So that is hard for them, but Allah has made it part of our nature to be able to do it. So again, why not take the advantage of the things that He has given us? Why not make use of this period time that we have and still get rewarded for it as well, inshallah? I want you to let me know in the comments down below which of these hacks was your favorite. They might be very, very obvious. They might be something that you've already been doing, or you might have figured out something new. And if you have another hack that Muslimas can do during their periods, and if I haven't mentioned it yet, you can still put it down in the comments below. So your favorite hack or any other hack that I haven't mentioned for your periods, inshallah, mention it down below. So the secret emoji for this video is this emoji. So just comment it down below. That way I know that you are a real one for watching this video throughout. And share this video with your female Muslim friends so that if they benefit from it, inshallah, you get rewarded for it too. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, live your beliefs and stay tuned to Bliifee.
So my dream for Jannah grows day by day, and I pray to Allah to guide me all the way till I make it to His paradise.